If you ride your bike down the eastern side of Mount Tamalpais, it'll take you to the little Bay Area town of Fairfax.
Well, it's the birthplace of the mountain bike. John Bartell here, making a little pit stop at the Marin Museum of Bicycling.
The Baron von Drace had made a great new discovery. Man could now travel faster and farther with much less effort on wheels.
The invention of the bicycle in the 1800s sure did help people get around, but there was one problem.
There were no rubber tires yet. The magic of bicycling became known as bone shakers.
It would take more than a century for that problem to be solved by a group of riders known as mountain bikers.
I noticed this isn't chained up to a bike rack. Aren't you afraid someone's gonna steal it?
Ride off on it?
Joe Breeze is the curator of the Marin Museum of Bicycling and one of the pioneer builders of what we know now as the mountain bike.
This is kind of the mongrel hybrid right here.
As a way to pass time in the 1960s and 70s, Joe and a group of Marin County bike riders started racing vintage one-speed bikes down Mount Tamalpais. Joe says the event became known as Repack Races because after one ride, the bearings in those old bikes often needed to be repacked with grease.
If you dared to look back, you'd notice you're being followed by a contrail of smoke as the grease inside that hub is being vaporized out into a contrail.
Not only was Joe a racer, but he's also a bike builder, and after one of the Repack races, the organizer commissioned him to build a better bike.
As I hustled it together, it's just primer red, I was just throwing it together, rode it up from Mill Valley, won the race.
That win allowed Joe to sell more custom Repack bikes, but it also caught the attention of other bike builders in Marin County.
We're known as the birthplace of mountain biking.
Today, the global mountain bike market is $1 billion business, and it's always evolving.
This is very complicated.
Yeah.
The Marin Museum of Bicycling not only chronicles the evolution of mountain bikes, but also the evolution of other bikes.
Is that plastic?
True fact, it is plastic. This is a project of Volvo in Sweden.
The collection showcases a number of experimental bikes that display different possibilities of function and style.
It sure looks unique, but how does it ride?
I think it's a bit of a sled.
Not all bikes in the museum are practical or pretty, but they do tell a story of how the two-wheeled machines have changed travel for man, no matter what terrain they're on.
I'm happy to see it progress. I'm happy to be part of it.
From the Marin Museum of Bicycling, I'm John Bartell. Hope to see you on the Backroads.